Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and today I'm going to be reviewing Minecraft for the Xbox One and Minecraft for the PS4, which are pretty much the same game, just running on different consoles, because their game's been out for around a week now, and I think I've got a pretty well-rounded opinion. I don't think my opinion's going to change too much in the next few weeks, in the next few months, or even in the next year or so. So yeah, here is a full-on review of whether or not you should buy Minecraft Xbox One, in my opinion. So, for the three of you that don't know, Minecraft has actually been on PC for around about 6 years now, and has gone through a lot of development since then, because it released as just this massive indie hit, because all you had to do in the game was place blocks, or take blocks from one place, place them somewhere else, and craft whatever you felt like crafting. And the game went through a lot since then, making it, the survival mode we all know and love today, because the game actually released entirely as kind of the, what is now creative mode, and they introduced survival mode, so you had to go out, you had to fight for your blocks, when it turns nighttime, mobs come out, zombies come out, spiders come out, and they try to kill you, and yeah, they added a lot of really cool stuff to the game since then, they'll have made it a lot more complex, and even a lot more enjoyable, such as multiplayer, which is one of the biggest parts of Minecraft these days, and yeah, they made the game a lot better in the 6 years, and that is the reason that they have sold over 15 million copies to date, and will no doubt sell millions more, despite only releasing it on PC at that point. So, in 2012, around 4 years into Minecraft's massive success, they decided to port it to the consoles, so they were only released on the Xbox 60 for around about a year and a half, and yeah, the Xbox 60 version isn't developed by Mojang, it's ported out to a separate studio, 4J Studios, and they just have to, they're contracted out to make the game and slowly keep it up to date with PC. So 4J Studios made the Xbox 60 version, and they've slowly been adding a little unique spin to that version. So the first three changes that they launched with the game were, first of all, there's now a tutorial mode in the game. On PC, despite all this time and all this complexity they've added, there's still no in-game tutorial. You have to go look it up yourself, which I think is an interesting method, but on console, not quite as palatable. So there's an in-game tutorial that teaches you about everything that is currently in the game, and they update to every update to keep you up to date if, you're new with the game. So that's a nice little feature. Second of all, they've added automatic crafting. So instead of having to work out the exact kind of recipe for what you wanted, so, an axe is 2 sticks with 3 stone on top of it, for instance, then now what you have to do is you just have to go to your crafting table, you have to work out where it is. And that's definitely different and interesting, to say the least. And the third final change is, so until very recently on PC with Minecraft Realms, what you have to do to play multiplayer with someone is you have to host a server, then you have to both join the server, which is a little bit tricky, and, for consoles that just doesn't make any sense. So for the console version, they've made it so there's drop-in, drop-out servers, anyone can act as a server, essentially, and up to 8 people can join that game just instantly by having an invite, which is definitely a lot easier than PC, and it was a really nice change, but there are limitations that are made from this. The biggest of which is that you can only have up to 8 people in a game, and you can also only play people on your friends list, or that are friends of your friends, which is fine for about 99% of people. But that does of course mean there are some multiplayer scenarios you can't recreate on Xbox, such as some mini games, such as just massive, large survival worlds and stuff, and that is kind of a, bummer. So some of you might be wondering why I just spent 2 minutes talking about the Xbox 60 version in a review for the Xbox One and PS4 edition. The reason for that is that all of the console versions, whether that be the PS3 edition, which launched 18 months later, or the PS4 and Xbox One versions, which launched just a week ago, they're all based from the same code base. So basically the Xbox version runs off a PC update from a few updates behind, and all of the console versions are running the exact same version of the game in that sense. There are minor differences between them, such as the next generation consoles have a few features the last generation consoles don't, as well as a whole host of weird DLC, incompatibility. They are largely just the same game, though, with a lot of the same limitations, like the player limits, a lot of the same limitations in regard to what you can do, because it's the same update, and even limits on how many mobs you can spawn, both hostile and non-hostile, being limited the same on both the consoles, despite a massive increase in the power. The only two big things, which are pretty big in my opinion, that have been changed in regards to limitations, is they made the world 36 times bigger, and they roughly doubled the render distance. So those are two changes that are quite noticeable. They'll make your Minecraft experience better, but are they big enough differences that it can justify the generational gap between the last generation consoles, the 360 and the PS3, and the current gen ones, the Xbox One and the PS4? In my opinion, right now, no. If you don't have a current generation console like the One or the PS4, this isn't a reason to buy it. This is a slight upgrade of the game to justify it if you already have it, but it's not something that's really like this big, generation gap of Minecraft. If you're on the 360 right now, stick to it for now, maybe upgrade in the future, because most of the things that I like about the Xbox One, the things that make the game better for me, I'd say maybe it's a 20% upgrade, is stuff that isn't coming from Minecraft itself. So by that I mean being able to snap to another game, or watching a YouTube video while I play Minecraft in the corner. That's a really cool thing. That's something I really like to do, and you need a PC and an Xbox to do it on the last gen ones. You can actually stream directly from your Xbox One. That's a really nice feature. There are a lot lot of features that actually come with the Xbox One, but most of them aren't to do with the actual, the game itself, which, says a lot about that. So, I think and kind of hope that in the future they'll add more reasons to actually go with the One, so they actually start upping the mob limit, they'll actually start upping the player count, which they've said they're going to do. They're going to add servers, mainly for the next generation consoles, and hopefully if there's enough support on there, because, the Xbox 360 sold 12 million, the PS3 only sold 1 million, so there's kind of a big gap between, those console sales. But if we assume there's going to be some reason for them to focus resources on those next generation consoles, by this time next year we might have a game which is entirely different from its last gen counterpart and actually takes advantage of the hardware. That's what I want to believe, that's what they want us to believe, but let's see if it actually happens. That and 4J have kind of hinted that in a few years they will be eventually dropping the 360 and the PS3, kind of hints that the Xbox One and the PS4 are the future of Minecraft, but right now they're not really showing it a whole bunch. So, to quickly summarize my opinion from this entire review, the Xbox One and the PS4 is a slightly nice upgrade from last generation. It's definitely a really nice, just feel if you haven't played any console version, but it is still quite limited, and there's a lot of stuff that they have to add in the future, which kind of sucks, but I guess that's kind of the Minecraft philosophy. So if you've made it to my channel, and somehow you haven't played any Minecraft before on any platform, it's definitely recommended if you're on an Xbox One or PS4, because it's an amazing experience when you first play Minecraft, regardless of system, and it really gets you enthralled, and it's definitely worth a pick up. If you own PC or Pocket Edition, and you're considering buying it for console for the first time, I recommend it wholeheartedly again, because, the bigger worlds are really nice, and, playing Minecraft and controller is a really nice feel, and it might be the perfect one for you. In my opinion, it's really great, and it justifies a lot of the shortcomings that, the console versions have over the PC, and if you have a last generation system and thinking about getting it on the current gen one, I wouldn't recommend it buying a system just for it right now. So the thing about current generation consoles is they're going to go down in price, and it's also going to become a better deal because there's going to be more games, there's going to be more stuff for Minecraft, and yeah, it's hard to say right now that I recommend doing it, but if you want to do all the other stuff, like the streaming, playing the other games that are out right now, maybe you can justify it that way, because the game is £3, $5, it's really quite cheap. So 360 and PS3 will be fine for at least a year or two from now, and yeah, that's kind of my opinion on this whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Minecraft, Xbox One, and PS4. If you did, you can like it and let me know. If you're on the fence, let me know. And by the way, I'm not abandoning the 360, I'm still going to be uploading a lot of videos that are related to the 360, it's just if they're the exact same video on 360 and One, it makes no sense for me not to do it on the One in a lot of cases, because, they look exactly the same, except the One is slightly better, and honestly, because I put a lot of effort into my video quality, that kind of hurt, because I upload in 1080p for, a pretty high bitrate too, so that you can see videos in high quality. It'd suck if the game kind of downgraded the whole thing. So, that's my opinion, that's why I'm uploading a lot of One, but I'm going to be focusing on stuff that you 360 guys, the majority of you guys, can actually enjoy too. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Share it if you really liked it. Leave a comment letting me know what your opinion is, and goodbye.